Welcome to Mugello this afternoon for race one in the TropheoPirelli series of the Ferrari Challenge. Certainly the case in the TropheoPirelli European series of the Ferrari Challenge. But as this is part of the Grand Finale Mondiale here in Mugello, we have joining the grid not only our European TropheoPirelli cars, but the cars numbered between 500 and 600 from the TropheoPirelli Asia Pacific region. And car numbers above 600 are the Copa Shell drivers from the Asia Pacific Championship. So basically, we've got the Asia Pacific drivers in both Copa Shell and TropheoPirelli joining our European TropheoPirelli cars. All the European TropheoPirelli cars are either single or double digit only, run up to 100. So hopefully that explains a little bit about the packed grid that you're about to see. We've got track temperature of 28, air temperature of 18 degrees. And there the grid beginning to form then as the final run-in of the TropheoPirelli Championship for the Ferrari Challenge season 2013. Right at the top is Sergei Chukhanov on 155 points. Some 21 ahead of Daniel Mancinelli. Taking a look there at the car of Sam Smith, who joins us from the UK. Sam has been driving in the Ferrari Cup in the UK, and this is his first outing in the Ferrari Challenge. In fact, his first outing here at Mugello, and is hoping very much to be part of the Ferrari Challenge next season. So we will wait and see. Lorenzo Cassé is the next car that we're looking at. We go through the little slide section in the window there to look at Lorenzo Cassé. He is P5 on the grid. Sam Smith, that we saw just a moment ago, is P6. And welcome return to car number 91 there, Philippe Baron. So a welcome return. Of course, Philip has been ever present in this season of Ferrari Challenge, driving for the new Octane 126 team. And there is Raphael Giannoni, who kindly opens the door for us so we can get a great shot. Raphael, one of the few drivers that drives with an open face crash helmet. And Raphael Giannoni is P7 on the grid. Occupying the front row then, we saw P2, Philippe Baron. Alongside him is Daniel Mancinelli. Now, Mancinelli is some 21 points behind Chukhanov in the championship. And Chukhanov, because of success penalty, is starting P15. A lot of work for Chukhanov to do. There he is, our pole sitter, Daniel Mancinelli. There is Giacomo Strata starting P8 on the grid. Forza Jack, car number 21. So Sergei Chukhanov with that 21-point advantage, which is, well, Mancinelli needs to make haste and hope that Chukhanov doesn't make too much progress through the pack if he has any chance of taking the championship away. Okay, here is Chukhanov now with a lap for us around Mugello.
Hi, I'm Sergei Chukhanov. I will drive you through one lap at Mugello circuit at Finale Mondiale. Here is a start-finish straight. The longest straight of the track is 1.2 kilos. There is a hard braking from 150 meters, I don't know, 30 to the third gear. Here you can brake a little bit more on the inside. After is a hard acceleration, the fourth gear. Then brake into the first S, third gear. After I put fourth wide exit for the outside curbs. After fifth gear, braking to the fourth, the second S. It is nearly the same like the first, but you can exit a little bit faster. Then fifth gear, brake into fourth, and for the Casanova. Then you put fifth in the beginning of the fastest part of a track, where it's very tricky. The car is sliding, so it's a little bit hard. Here you need just to drive as fast as possible and keep on the track. Here we go up to fifth gear, downshift to third, go on the right, then put fourth gear. The exit also wide. We go now up to fifth gear. Brake again up to fourth, the third gear. It's now the exit. Also, you need to stay a little bit on the right to have a better fast S corner, because it's also very tricky. The exit speed on the exit is about 200 kilometers. So here's the last corner, also from sixth gear to fourth. You can brake a little bit late to miss the entry to have a better exit on, to the straight.
So thanks very much to Sergei Chukhanov then, who takes us for a high-speed lap around the Mugello circuit. His closest challenger in the championship points is this man, Daniel Mancinelli. Now, Chukhanov is starting down there in P15, but that doesn't really tell the whole story. There, the International Cup racer, Max Blancardi, of course, former TropheoPirelli champion. Big thumbs up from Max and Samantha, his wife, alongside there. I was saying it doesn't tell the whole story of Chukhanov, really, as we look at Hannah there from the Ferrari China team. Chukhanov's qualifying wasn't brilliant, only qualified P7, although he starts P15 on the grid. The reason for that is part due to the success he's had in previous rounds, but his qualifying wasn't good. He was some 8/10 off the pace of Mancinelli, who starts pole. Barron alongside, then it's Guy and Caso occupying row 2 of the grid, as we bring you the grid in graphics on screen in front of you. Next row, row 3, Lorenzo Casse, and good quali from Sam Smith then, the young UK driver, P6. Then it's Giannoni and Giacomo Strata. Row 4 on the grid. Row 5 sees Daniel D'Amato and Alex Martin, the other English driver, out on the grid. He starts P10, then it's Vezzoni and Ezequiel Perez Companc is P12. A welcome back to Ezequiel, who last appeared at Portimao. In fact, Portimao was his debut and did a great job there. Then we see Herney and Rotenberg, Ps 13 and 14. Then we see the championship leader for the European Challenge, Sergei Chukhanov, P15. Robert Pergel, the Scuderia Prague driver, P16. Then we see Max Blancardi, who's been driving in an international cup of the Ferrari Challenge. Pazin Lathoris, Steve Wyatt, and Ringo Chong. Then it's Hannah Nigro, Gipto Biantoro, and Van Leeuwenhout, Ps 23 and 24. With Eric Chung, Gregory Teo, Zhu, and Zing, Ps 27 and 28. Bringing up the rear, it's Hugh on P29, so just under 30 cars about to do battle in this Ferrari Challenge race. And that's a great bonnet there from Wei Zhu, the CTF China driver, who's P8 in the Copa Shell points. Remember what I said, that cars numbered 600 and above, Copa Shell. Cars numbered 500 and above, with the exception of Max Blancardi, TropheoPirelli racers. Max Blancardi drives 599, is an international cup driver. The rest of them are of the most concern, I guess, to us in terms of the European TropheoPirelli Challenge and that championship that we've been following all season long, which reaches its conclusion here at Mugello this weekend. It's all part of the Finale Mondiale as we see the Hublot safety car roar away. The formation lap is not far away. Now, sadly, haven't had an opportunity to catch up with Sergei Chukhanov just before the start of this race to find out quite what it was that upset his qualifying, because his qualifying generally has been pretty darned good across the course of the season. As we wait for the cars to go off on their formation lap. Daniel Mancinelli gets the green flag, and away they go on their formation lap. We're looking forward rather, on board with Sergei Chukhanov. He's the man that has got to be on the move. Philippe Barron on board with him now. He's wearing our helmet camera, the Octane 126 driver, who knows that the championship is out of his reach, but is very much focused on winning the world final race on Sunday. Drivers qualifying for the world final races. So away on the formation lap, Stefano Guy has also been competing in the European Le Mans Series this year. And we haven't even mentioned Dario Carzo, who is P4 on the grid and can do some damage from there, quite literally. There is Alex Martin, who was alongside us in comms during the Copa Shell race just a short while ago in the black Ellie Dextra car. Alessandro Vezzoni. We go down onto the pit perch there as Daniel Mancinelli, well, not weaving quite as vigorously as Philippe Barron, the Hublot safety car, which will pick the cars up as they complete the formation lap of this 5.2 kilometer circuit in Mugello, which features 15 turns and a lot of uphill and down dale sections as well. Drivers absolutely love it, consider it a real challenge and a real privilege to race at this circuit. There, the blue and white livery of Giacomo Strata. But that is young Daniel Mancinelli, who has been in the commentary booth next door to us, working for Italian TV for some races this season when he's not been out on track during the Copa Shell races. Sometimes he's joined as a colour commentator. So we're on board with Sergei Chukhanov, who's got, well, 14 cars ahead of him that he'd like to get past. And that will be his aim, have no doubt. Seen some stunning drives from Sergei Chukhanov during the course of this season. And he leads the points by a margin of 21. Leading the TropheoPirelli Asia Pacific standings is Pazin Lathoris, starting down there P18. And leading the Copa Shell driver standings is Eric Chung. And Eric Chung has been very much part of the European Challenge when time allows. Also, in addition to owning one of the Formula One Clienti cars as well, formerly piloted by Kimi Räikkönen, who of course we welcome back to Ferrari next year. So there we have it. The scene is set. The lights are out on the safety car. That will peel off. The cars will form up in grid, and we will be away and racing. There's Max Blancardi, the driver that has been racing across the Asia Pacific in the International Cup Series. Max Blancardi, former champion, of course, in the Italian and European Series. So the safety car is away. Lights are up in graphics to the left-hand side of your screen. This is a very, very tight grid formation. Race steward will be happy with this as away they go. Barron will try and outcharge Mancinelli. Alex Martin goes wide outside, trying to find a way past Giacomo Strata. Over the crest they come. Mancinelli and Barron absolutely side by side. Is Guy going to move up the inside to take P2? No, he doesn't. Barron slots into P2. Guy is 3. Carzo 4. So all the cars on a charge then on this. The opening lap, there's a little bit of panel rub in there between Sam Smith and the yellow and black liveried car. There's Sergei Chukhanov rounding by Alex Martin. Chukhanov moving up. And now looks at Giacomo Strata. So very much the man on the move is Sergei Chukhanov, and he needs to be. Mancinelli, Barron, then it's Guy. All the cars sail through this part of the opening lap without incident so far. Mancinelli, Barron, Guy and Carzo through the S's, heading towards the final turn. Daniel Mancinelli into the left-hander, which will bring him up to the start-finish straight. And we go on board with the helmet camera of Philippe Barron, currently P2. Mancinelli crosses the line. It's Barron, Guy, Carzo, Cassé, Smith, D'Amato, Strata, Chukhanov is up to P9, Alex Martin P10. So Daniel D'Amato then is P7 at the moment, with Giacomo Strata and Chukhanov right behind him as we watch the leading trio, if you like, of Daniel Mancinelli, then Philippe Barron, then Stefano Guy. There's Dario Carzo. And here's a replay of the start. And there was a touch between Mancinelli and Philippe Barron. That's where you just saw Alex Martin going out wide to try and get the drop on Giacomo Strata. Mancinelli, and they're absolutely side by side and neck all the way up to that first turn. This was Sam Smith there in car number 92. Just running onto the Astro there. No damage done. So Chukhanov then struggling to find a way past Giacomo Strata. Chukhanov is up to P9, which is a great showing on the opening laps from P15 on the grid. Takes quite a lot of curb there, you can see. We're on board with Chukhanov now, and just look how dim and dark it is through the cockpit of the car. Through the gears. And running wide there was Ezequiel Perez Compact, which saw him lose a place. So fastest lap comes from Mancinelli, a 1:54.915. That from the lap 2. Here's Max Blancardi now up the inside of Vezzoni. Chukhanov still making hard work of getting past Giacomo Strata. There's Lorenzo Cassé. So these 4.58s here for the Finale Mondiali weekend. The culmination of what has been a fantastic season of Ferrari Challenge racing. And this race is being led by the man that is second in the points. Going into this race, Daniel Mancinelli. Philippe Barron, P3 in the points. And then Stefano Guy, who's way down the order because of other commitments have kept him away from the Ferrari Challenge. Wei Zhu there we just saw. And we cut back to Wei Zhu now. So this is Blancardi on Vezzoni. Vezzoni very much shutting the door there. And right behind is Pazin Lathoris in car number 503. So the 1, 2, 3 then, as you see them, there is our race leader, Daniel Mancinelli. P2 is Philippe Barron. P3 is Stefano Guy. And still behind Giacomo Strata is Sergei Chukhanov in P9. Dario Carzo there. Lorenzo Cassé, and then Sam Smith, who's done a great job of pedaling in the UK and wants to step up to the Ferrari Challenge. This is his first taste of it. And and putting in a very creditable performance in qualifying and in the race as well now as he hounds Lorenzo Casse, trying to find a way past. And there, a slowing car of, I think that's Van Leeuwenhoek. And that will be why. Just off onto the grass, just managed to keep it out of the gravel, but then spun. See it again in slow-mo replay here. Ended up parked right on the racing line. Stefano Guy now looking pretty lively behind Philippe Baron. Very little between them. 4/10 last time around between Mancinelli and Baron, and then a further 4/10 between Baron and Guy. So all pretty evenly matched there. The 1, 2, 3. There is Stefano Guy's father to the very left of your picture watching on. Now, just think I saw in shot there that Chukhanov had got past Giacomo Strata. Indeed, there is Chukhanov, and look at what he's been able to put on Giacomo Strata in the space of since that overtake move. So expect Chukhanov to fire himself up the order still further now, up into P8. As they cross the line, next in his target will be Daniel D'Amato. Gap between Casse and Sam Smith you saw there as they ride over the crest, and now into the turn 1 here at Mugello. So Dario Carzo is down there in P4, trying to keep on terms with the leading trio and doing okay at the moment. And Max Blancardi and Vezzoni Max trying the long way around, and that wasn't to be as we watch Samantha there on Max Blancardi's pit perch watching on. Steve Wyatt there, the Australian driver, with a problem at the back end of his 458. There's been just a little glance across one of the fences, I would think, one of the tyre barriers. So Mancinelli at the moment, where are we? Into our 9th minute of racing. And that was Steve Wyatt's off and into the gravel and out of the gravel. Here's a slow-mo then of Daniel Mancinelli really scrubbing the fronts there. Little bit of understeer and a full slide there from Philippe Baron. These slow-mo shots, absolutely brilliant. So as Alex Martin was telling us in commentary when we were commentating on the Copa Shell race, this track is very, very wearing on the tyres. You can see the lumps of rubber on the screen there from the previous Copa Shell race. Stefano Guy takes just a look at the inside of Philippe Baron. Philippe Baron's harder on the brakes. You can see that by virtue of the fact the brake discs on the Octane 126 car were thoroughly ignited there. Really lit up. And still Stefano Guy puts the pressure on Philippe Baron. And Dario Carzo will be, well, just holding station in P4. And if Baron and Guy come to blows, Carzo could be ready to pounce. On board with Philippe Baron, who's wearing a helmet camera, then takes quite a bit of curb there. Does the same here, the Octane 126 driver through the left-hander. You can see Mancinelli through the windscreen ahead. Tight line through this turn. Just kissing the apex there from Philippe Baron. And Stefano Guy following in his wheel tracks the whole time. Dario Carzo flashing his lights furiously, trying to upset Stefano Guy. That will probably take a bit more than his illuminated headlights to make Guy make a mistake, I would think. So we have Mancinelli, Baron, Guy, Carzo. Then it's Casse and Smith continuing that battle. And Chukhanov is just now beginning to get right on the back of Daniel D'Amato. And now, Guy just took a look there. Philippe Barron runs just a little bit wide, but he's got the measure of Stefano Guy at the moment. Carzo, as I say, just holding station, ready for these two perhaps to fall off, and he will be able to take advantage of that. So is Stefano Guy going to take a look? Nothing like close enough to do anything, I wouldn't have thought, for this turn, or is he? We've seen many try and dive up the inside there in the earlier Copa Shell race, and there was a nudge there from Stefano Guy on Philippe Barron. Won't have upset Barron, just pushed him a little bit, propelled him a little bit more, to be honest. I was saying, through that turn one, we've seen a few drivers in the Copa Shell end up in the gravel there through over-ambitious inside overtake moves that didn't come off. And here, further down the order, once again, it's Wei Zhu there, running with David Chipto Biantoro. But now, and there, thank you, Franco, our director, gives us a replay of that little nudge from Stefano Guy on Philippe Barron. So already, the front-running cars are about to pick up on some of the back markers. And out of this leading pack, the battle now that's going on between Guy and Barron means that Mancinelli is able to get up the road a little bit. Black and white flag is being shown to Stefano Guy for, well, we would think ungentlemanly conduct, perhaps. Oh, and Dario Carzo gets a big rally cross slide out onto the gravel. We've seen Dario do that a number of times during the course of the season. You always know you're in for an entertaining race when Dario Carzo is on track. Look at this. Just holds on to it perfectly. So there is Lorenzo Cassé and Sam Smith still having that battle. And Chukhanov on the back now of Daniel D'Amato. So Sam Smith then, his first time into the Ferrari Challenge here in Europe. Been racing Ferraris in the UK with great success, and hoping to step up to the European Ferrari Challenge next season. And there is Chukhanov. Would be very, very keen to get past D'Amato and move himself up into P7. Bear in mind that Chukhanov started down there in P15. And where are we? Just on half distance in this race. Oh, and that's quite a lot of damage on that car of Yanbin Xing. So Yanbin Xing looks like he's had a real clatter into the wall, driver's side as well. Now, he looks to be absolutely fine in there. So just got out onto the Astro, and yet that was quite an impact. And credit to the integrity and strength of the Ferrari 458 car, as we see it from another camera angle there. Damage to the car, but driver is absolutely fine. So some hypermotion, high-speed shots there. Mancinelli from Barron, from Guy, from Carzo. Well, you know what? That little slide from Dario Carzo and a bit of rallycross in across the gravel seems to have really sparked a little bit more from Dario Carzo as he's pushing Stefano Guy ever harder now. So the battle between Philippe Barron, Stefano Guy, and now Dario Carzo has played really into the hands of Daniel Mancinelli, who's some 3 seconds up the road now. Barron having to defend very, very hard from Stefano Guy, and Dario Carzo still holding station there, ready to pick up any pieces. So the car of Steve Wyatt being shown the black flag with orange disc. Which indicates mechanical damage or bodywork damage. There's Max Blancardi still battling here with Alessandro Vezzoni. Where's Blancardi? Down there in P14 and Vezzoni P13. Max Blancardi, so much for so many years a feature of the Ferrari Challenge. Chose this year to go off and race across the Asia Pacific. Certainly enjoyed considerable success in so doing, and leads by a country mile the International Cup. Max Blancardi driving for the Motor Malucelli team, trying to find a way past Alessandro Vezzoni. And still not quite able to put an overtake move on him. Discarded bit of 458 bodywork, which I suspect is from the 577 car as Stefano Guy once again turns up the heat on Philippe Barron. Tried for a move there that didn't quite come off, but Barron really is under some pressure now from Stefano Guy. And Dario Carzo still in that mix in fourth place as well. So Guy doing a remarkable job because he's driving very aggressively to try and get past Philippe Barron, but also he's very conscious of the fact that he's got to defend from the clutches of the number 8 Dario Carzo car right behind him also. Of course, all that is helping Daniel Mancinelli, who's now very nearly 4 seconds up the road from this baying pack, if you like, for the remaining podium places, +1, because Dario Carzo, we can see there in shot, is P4. Now, this was the bold attempt by Stefano Guy, but wasn't able to make it happen. And still, he is all over the back of the Philippe Barron car. Through the S's. Running out onto the Astro. Round the final turn before heading for the start-finish straight. Alex Martin and Robert Purgel together there. Very, very close. Bit of history between these two as well from previous races. Alex Martin down there, P10. Purgel, P11. And still, Barron is able to defend against the clutches of Stefano Guy. Philippe Barron, car number 91. Stefano Guy, car number 99. Then the red and black machine of that man, Dario Carzo, in P4. Chukhanov still in P8, not been able to find a way past Daniel D'Amato. Daniel D'Amato doing a great job there in P7. There's a race leader, Mancinelli, Barron, Guy, and then Dario Carzo. On board with Philippe Barron, who wears our helmet camera. Listen to him work that 458. Whether he missed a gear there. Just seemed to be a rev too many. No, that was, well, we actually saw that from the helmet camera, didn't we? Where he lost traction, that's what it was. Stefano Guy flashing his lights furiously, trying to unsettle him. Unsettle Philippe Barron, who's there in P2. Further down the order, what do we got? Ezequiel Perez compact then, P16. So another lap completed for this trio that occupy P2, 3 and 4, with some 8.5 minutes left to run before the end of this race. Mancinelli now is some 4 seconds up the road from this pack. Hypermotion high-speed camera then giving us these fantastic shots of that brake disc lighting up on the 511 car of Ringo Chong. So brilliant technology and production crew at work as we see a big off there for 2 cars. That looks like there was a definite touch there between Negro. Oh, and that's heavy-duty impact as well. So the 548 car is Negro. He's out and he's okay. The other car is Ringo Chong. And, well, Chukhanov trying, whilst we were looking at that incident, trying to get past Daniel D'Amato. It didn't happen. Now, that was quite an impact. We'll doubtless see that again. And just good to see that Angelo got out of that car all okay. He slammed the door with some fury, it has to be said. And it was a slight mistake by D'Amato that meant Chukhanov could get just alongside for a moment. Chukhanov, who going into this led the points, well, went for a gap that perhaps wasn't quite there. That unsettled D'Amato, who got out onto the rough stuff just for a moment. And there too, out onto the gravel went Sergei Chukhanov. Okay, here's our race leader. Crossing the line now, Daniel Mancinelli. Well, last time around, Barron brought a little back to Mancinelli. Mancinelli was 4 seconds up the road, only 3.4 now from Barron, Guy and Carzo, who are chasing, but very much within their own battle. But they are chasing because the time gap has been brought down a little bit. Carzo is turning the wick up now on Stefano Guy. We're 6 minutes left to run. Still Chukhanov trying to get past Daniel D'Amato. We go on board with Sergei Chukhanov now, taking curb and much more besides. He is right on the back of Daniel D'Amato's car. Is he going to be able to do anything here? Late break from D'Amato. Chukhanov, you can just see the back end of the car stepping out a little bit. The tyre degradation, having done some 25 minutes of racing and, of course, qualifying. Chukhanov having to do his level best to make up ground. His lead on Mancinelli will be down to just 3 points if it stays this way at the moment, with Mancinelli, well, comfortably in the lead with some 3.5 seconds. Now, he could still, of course, fall off the track, but every point gained or every place gained for Chukhanov is good news for him now. Chukhanov didn't qualify very well for this race. Of course, qualifying to come for race 2. Oh, and a back-marking car right in the way. I can almost see that coming. That has destroyed Stefano Guy's race. Oh, we'll see that in replay. I can almost see that happening just before it did. Here it is again. Barron just took avoiding action. Guy had virtually nowhere to go. There is the back-marking car through the S's. Well, that a nightmare for Stefano Guy. And, Vezzoni's off as well as Ezequiel Perez Companc. Therein comes Eric Chung. Well, the closing stages of this race. So safety car out. There is, we just saw Daniel D'Amato. Well, what a shame for Stefano Guy. And here is the safety car then being harried out on track to pick up the lead of Daniel Mancinelli. Now, what do we got? 3 minutes on the clock. Looks likely this might finish under the safety car, I would think. Mancinelli had built up some 4 seconds of lead over Philippe Barron. Been seesawing a bit between Mancinelli and Barron. The 53 car in the mix there of Boris Rotenberg is a back marking car. Just see the Alessandro Vezzoni car out on the gravel as well. So many incidents in just a short space of time there. So here you can see again, Philippe Barron just dives to the inside. And Stefano Guy had got nowhere to go, and it was the car of Eric Chung, which we saw coming into the pit. Now, in that, Chukhanov managed to get past D'Amato. So Chukhanov now is up to P6. And what have we got? 1 minute 40 left. This is no information to say the safety car is coming in, although we can't see the safety car at the moment. But I'm sure it is ahead of Mancinelli. There's the damaged car of Eric Chung. So there we can indeed see the safety car. And there is Daniel Mancinelli. The burgundy and orange car that you see there is the backmarking car of Boris Rotenberg. It's good to see Boris Rotenberg back out in the races, because another former Ferrari Challenge competitor. And with just seconds left to run, this race is going to finish under the safety car, feel sure. And it will be a win for Mancinelli now, with Chukhanov up into P6. See Samantha Blancardi there, just looking on. Nico alongside me, furiously working on the points situation. So Chukhanov is going to get 7 points. Mancinelli maxes his points, all at 23. Chukhanov will go into the final race in the TropheoPirelli with a 5-point lead. Now this is interesting. Safety car has dived in. There's no time left on the clock. So just going to let them cross the line to take the checkered flag. Boris Rotenberg gets out of the way because he's a back-marking car. So it finishes of Mancinelli, Barron, and Dario Carzo in P3. Then Lorenzo Cassé, Sam Smith, very creditable P5. Then Chukhanov P6. Then D'Amato. So there, our race winner just gone through in the green car of Daniel Mancinelli. P2, Philippe Barron. Dario Carzo will take P3. Always an interesting podium interview. Dario Carzo. But Daniel Mancinelli then the winner for Motor Piacenza. Pazin Lathoris is going to be the winner in the Asia Pacific, and then Hannah will be the winner in the Copa Shell Asia Pacific, I think. All that to be confirmed as we look down our timing screen. Raphael Giannoni. And there is Pazin Lathoris then. As I predicted, he will take the win in the Asia Pacific TropheoPirelli. And I'm assuming that Tani Hannah will take it in the Copa Shell Asia Pacific, with Chipto Biantoro taking the second place in that Copa Shell. Oh, under fire! That car of Wei Zhu that we saw quite a bit of during the race on fire. Didn't quite see where on the circuit that was. Well, how dramatic has this race been? The Ferrari Challenge, nothing if not thoroughly entertaining. The black and green livery there of Max Blancardi. And there the car of Steve Wyatt, the 577 car. There's Raphael Giannoni in 96. And there is the Magliucelli driver, Max Blancardi, just going through. Chong Wei Hu in the 659 car. As the cars, oh, it's right on the entrance to the pit lane where that car. So there is Hannah then confirming what I thought would be the case, that he takes the Copa Shell winner's prize for Asia Pacific in that race. So the car of Wei Zhu then igniting right on the entrance to the pit lane. There is a very happy Daniel Mancinelli then. And Philip Barron. Dario Carzo. So some interesting shots then as the cars come into the pit lane. So, dramatic end to a race. Let's take a look at the highlights. So behind the safety car as the cars get ready to roar, the green lights come on. Alex Martin dives to the outside to try and make his way past Giacomo Strata. That was a move that wasn't to work. Daniel Mancinelli, though, set off. So too did Sergei Chukhanov from P15 on the grid, had got a lot of ground to make up. Alessandro Vezzoni was a thorn in the side of Max Blancardi. Out wide and just onto the gravel was Paul van Leeuwenhoek. Stefano Guy's father looked on as Max Blancardi continued his quest to try and get past. And even Samantha had something to say about that from the pit perch. Philip Barron continued his quest to try and get on terms with the race leader, but was under pressure from Stefano Guy. Also under pressure was Dario Carzo with a real sideways moment, and a real sideways moment too for Yanbin Xing. This caused quite an impact for Angelo Negro. Chukhanov now desperately trying to find a way past Daniel D'Amato, and that saw the end of Stefano Guy's race. Absolutely straight into the back of the back marking Eric Chung car. that the result. Race finished effectively under the safety car, and Daniel Mancinelli took the win. So a series of podiums to come, as we had both the European TropheoPirelli drivers, we had the TropheoPirelli drivers from Asia Pacific, and also the Copa Shell drivers from the Asia Pacific series in that race as well. So up to 3 podiums to come, which will be interesting. Pazin Lathoris, beautiful looking crash helmet there. Love the livery on that. That looks great. And Daniel Mancinelli's car then, the race winning car for the young Italian driver.
Very good. Thank you. Good job, man. Good job. Thank you.
Good job, good job.
Bravo. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you.
So be heading up to the podium in a mo. And here then, confirmation of the classification. Mancinelli taking the win from Barron, from Carzo, from Cassay. Then Sam Smith, very creditable, P5. Chukhanov, P6. Diamato, 7. Strata, 8. Pergel, 9. Alex Martin, P10. Taking the Copa Giovanni Award, of course, also Daniel Mancinelli. That's what the little green Geo flash means for the young driver. Then P11, it was Giannoni. Then Pazin Lathoris, Max Blancardi, Steve Wyatt, and the rest of the pack there, as you can see. All the information, all the results will be at corsaclienti.ferrari.com. That's the website to go to. As Philippe Barron and Dario Carzo already on board the podium. Right now, here comes Daniel Mancinelli. And the Motor Piacenza team rep there. So national anthem plays out for Daniel Mancinelli now. Neither Daniel Mancinelli nor Chukhanov will have to suffer success penalties in tomorrow's race. And they'll both be qualifying first thing in the morning, as Brunello Coletta then makes the trophy presentation, the head of Ferrari Classiche and Corsa Clienti. So tomorrow's qualifying and tomorrow's race going to be very, very interesting indeed. Just saw the boss, Christian of Octane 126, looking on. So there, as we take a look at the cars, Carzo, Mancinelli and Barron up there for the first podium of the sequence, and the champagne sprays. Dario Carzo, we've got a veritable fountain going there. Always an entertainer, Dario Carzo. There, the Octane 126 car of Philippe Barron. The rest of the cars in the pack. So Daniel Mancinelli then takes the win, and with the news that neither Mancinelli nor Chukhanov having grid penalties tomorrow, It's going to be a really interesting quali session and an interesting race as well, with potential prediction of rain tomorrow also here at Mugello. As we look out of the comms booth at some very dark high clouds at the moment. Not seen any rain yet, and hope we don't, given that myself and my executive producer alongside are due out on the track in a little while. Not driving, I hasten to add, but being passengered round. But sooner do that on a dry track than I would a wet one, I think. So here's Alberto Borghini backstage for us.
Eccoci di nuovo, here we are again, e questa volta partiamo in italiano subito con gli amici di Sky. We go ahead first of all in Italian, perché siamo con il vincitore che si chiama Daniel Mancinelli, protagonista di una grande gara. Weekend meglio di così non si poteva aprire.
Sì, infatti grandissima gara, bellissima vittoria in questo fantastico circuito, uno dei più belli sicuramente d'Italia. Ha iniziato tutto da una bella pole nella qualifica di questa mattina con un bel giro, mi ha permesso di scattare appunto davanti e poi ho cercato di scappare subito via, di avere un ritmo un po' più cattivo all'inizio e poi ho amministrato un po' il vantaggio. C'è stata un po' di confusione nelle battute di finali per dei contatti nelle retrovie, però insomma bellissima gara e bella vittoria. Grazie al team Motor Piacenza e a tutti gli sponsor che comunque ci hanno seguito fino ad oggi.
È un weekend che si sente particolare, quello delle finali. C'è ancora più forte la passione e il feeling del cavallino?
Beh, sicuramente arrivando dal paddock si può subito notare grande mega hospitality, dove troviamo le più belle macchine del museo della Ferrari, e poi l'hospitality ovviamente dove si può comunque intrattenere le persone per mangiare e avere le attività comunque vicine appunto di quelle di corsi clienti con le F1 clienti e le FX6, quindi è una bellissima atmosfera e da vedere.
Tutte emozioni Ferrari che potete vivere in esclusiva su Sky, ma anche qui in pista, visto che l'accesso è gratuito, e domenica, l'ha già ricordato l'amico Sandro, ci sarà una bella festa. Now we can go ahead in English for our worldwide friends. Such a wonderful beginning for a weekend.
Yes, a wonderful victory. It started very good weekend from this morning on the qualifying one, where I took a fantastic pole position with incredible lap time. And then in the race I had a good start, and I tried to push a lot in the beginning of the race, and I reached a little bit. I did a little bit gap from the second, and so I win with a little advantage that was very good. I would like to thank the team, Motor Piacenza, and all the sponsors that support us here.
Grazie, thanks Daniel. Adesso a voi, back to you guys. Asia Pacifico tra pochissimo. Another podium, back to you.
Thank you, Alberto Borghini, doing it in both Italian and English for us. And whilst that was going on, I think we might have missed a podium. And we saw just in shot there some what we thought were raindrops, but I think it was champagne being sprayed from the podium, to be honest. So here's some shots once again from a race that was, well, full of drama, that's for sure, particularly right at the very end. And good to hear from Daniel Mancinelli exactly how he thought the race went. Never shy of saying a few words. Here's Daniel Mancinelli. Rubber being kicked up there, as you can see. The Tani Hana car there of yellow paint scheme. Hannah taking the Copa Shell Asia Pacific win. So expecting to speak to Pazin Lathoris now. Alberto Borghini.
E siamo pronti con un altro vincitore. We're ready with another winner. In questo caso andiamo assolutamente in inglese. We go ahead in English. Vincitore per quanto riguarda la gara 1 Serie Asia Pacifico del TropheoPirelli, the winner of the race 1 Ferrari Challenge Asia Pacific Series. TropheoPirelli, wow.
Thank you. It was at the beginning it was a little bit easy at the start. No, it was clean, no accidents. just try to follow Max. He had a very good drive, and I just try to stick behind him, and because we already raced together in Asia, and so we're just going together. And then he made a mistake, a small mistake, so I found the gap and I overtook him. And after that, the race just ended after behind the safety car. So, yeah.
Thank you, Pasin. Grazie Pasin, thank you so much, congratulazioni, e chiamiamo intanto, cambio qui in scena, we change driver, we go ahead with Max Blancardi, e qui torniamo innanzitutto all'italiano perché Max nella Serie Asia Pacifico è qui come vincitore dell'International, quindi dai.
Sì, diciamo che ho vinto 10 gare disputate, abbiamo fatto un bel campionato, l'abbiamo vinto. Oggi è stata una gara un po' strana perché insomma partivamo dietro a tutti gli europei per una questione di regolamento, quindi abbiamo trovato un po' di persone più lente davanti, non volevamo fare dei danni. Ci siamo un po' divertiti io e Pasini, meritatamente ha vinto lui. Sono delle prove per la finale mondiale, penso che domenica faremo le scintille.
With Max we can go ahead in English too.
Yes, I said this is a training race to wait the finale mondiale on Sunday, where I think we will push more hard and we'll see the real fight will be on Sunday, okay?
Grazie Max, thanks Max, e adesso aspettiamo che i ragazzi di Corse Clienti, Andrea Mladosic, ci portino il vincitore di Coppa Shell, Mr. Anna, che aspettiamo qui per le interviste. We're waiting for the winner of the Shell. Ne approfittiamo intanto dello stand-by, visto che siamo aperti e parliamo italiano, di Dario Caso, lo accogliamo qui naturalmente. Andremo con un po' di traduzione in inglese per gli amici esteri, ma intanto allora Dario, con i colori di CDP sul podio.
Sì, sono rimasto contento del
Alberto Borghini will translate this into English, I'm sure, because Dario doesn't speak too many words of English.
A Baron, ma ero più veloce di lui, però ho tenuto la posizione, ho pensato di fare meglio così. Sono contento perché gli altri cambiano, io sono sempre qui.
Translation, the quick one and the best one. Dario is happy because the others change and is always here with us, and we are proud and happy of that. He said he did a bit of strategy, a bit tactical, because he kept the position, avoiding any risk, so a good race. Grazie Dario, thanks. And now the winner, we go back to the winner of Coppa Shell with Mr. Anna. Wonderful feeling, welcome and congratulations, the champagne is there. You can show also your bottle because you deserve. And what about?
Fantastic weekend so far. Mugello is just out of this world as a track. I mean, I've raced in not so many tracks, maybe like 10 tracks in the world, but this is by far is the best track I've felt with, because maybe my style of driving, maybe the track itself, but certainly it's a very challenging track. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's a very scary track, so you have to really be courageous to push. But that doesn't really scare me, so I had a good advantage because I know I'm not going to be afraid at the straight here with 280 km/h, and that was my advantage over everybody else. And I had a fantastic practice, fantastic qualifying. The race went well, and everything is just super nice. I feel very, very grateful for the organization, for Ferrari, for the super weekend, and also for everything that has been done here.
We are the World Finals, the main and top event of the season for all of us. What does it mean, the prancing horse, the cavallino rampante for you?
Well, for me, I mean, if I say something, it might not be very, how to say this, because I am in love with Ferrari, okay? So if I say, maybe I'll be biased, but for me, Ferrari, it's Ferrari, and everybody else is behind. We lead, everybody else follows.
Thank you, grazie. Lascio a Sandro la traduzione italiana di questo bellissimo esempio di filosofia. Back to you guys, a voi di nuovo con Emozioni Ferrari. Ciao.
Thank you, Alberto Borghini. Well, there we have it then. Just about every winner that we could bring you, we have brought you, and Alberto has done a brilliant job in both Italian and English for us. So to let you know, in the TropheoPirelli race for Europe, Daniel Mancinelli takes the win. In the Asia-Pacific TropheoPirelli race, it's Pazin Lathoris. And in the Coppa Shell Asia-Pacific race, it was Tani Hanna that we've just heard from. And we also heard from Max Blancardi, who took the International Cup race win. Wow. Next race tomorrow, as you can see, 11:50 GMT. There is Dario Caso's lit up front wheels. He, of course, had a fantastic podium P3 place. Giacomo Strata was in the mix and finished P8 in the end. And a disaster towards the end for Stefano Guy, who ended up completely running into the back of the car of name escapes me, of Eric Chung. There we are. It's been exciting. We'll see you for the next race tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye for now.